This isn't a Hollywood cop-con thriller. This actually happened in reality. Yes, the Eiffel Tower was sold to someone illegally, not once, but twice. We know this is hilarious, but things become more exciting when you get to know the full story. So without further ado, let's start. The major defender and supporter of the Eiffel Tower, Gustave Eiffel, had passed away in 1923 by the time the mid-20s rolled around, and this man Lustig constructed an almost conceivable narrative in which the tower's owner, the city of Paris, was preparing to close, destroy and sell the tower for scrap metal after reading in the press that the monument's financial stability was deteriorating owing to expensive upkeep and dwindling attendance. Of course, this was not at all the case. This was a master plan of the legendary con Victor Lustig. Victor Lustig is regarded as the greatest con artist. With a criminal career that began at an early age, his plan rocked the globe when he succeeded in selling the Paris Eiffel Tower not once, but twice. Victor Lustig was a genius who was born in a little village in Austria-Hungary. He was the largest con man in history, understood 5 languages, and had a magnetic appeal. He used to utilize just his charm to con wealthy vacationers. Victor Lustig, who was raised in a prosperous Bohemian household and was born in 1890, excelled in his academic pursuits. The young guy, however, was uninterested in doing a job and would rather utilize his knowledge for a much more lucrative endeavor. Unbelievably, Victor got accepted to Sorbonne, one of Europe's most esteemed colleges, but his decision to leave school and pursue a career in the streets caused his life to take a terrible turn. By the time he was 25, he was living abroad and committing crimes under numerous aliases. In 1909, Victor relocated to Paris after leaving Bohemia. Beginning as a pimp, he went on Atlantic cruises and conned affluent elderly women. He resided in the gangland haven of New York for a while before making his way back to Paris in 1925. A scheme that was both wild and ingenious was proposed by him. Both the plan and the execution were perfect. I think you may fall in love with this style when you get to know the rest of the story. With that excitement, let's see what exactly happened then. He purported to be an American diplomat when he landed in Paris in May 1925. France was still working on its recovery. His identification was never questioned when he showed up at the hotel's reception. Lustig invited the top businessmen in the metal sector to a meeting at the hotel. He said in the letter that the Eiffel Tower needed to be demolished because of design flaws, costly repairs, and other political reasons that he was unable to discuss. His plan was to pose as a state official, and because of his intelligence and charisma, he was able to convince just about everybody to believe him. The highest bidder would get the skyscraper according to the rules. The bidding continued as his audience remained enthralled. This was not a typical thought that one would ever have. He adhered to the belief that selling the Eiffel Tower was a rational decision since the French government required greater financial resources to recover from World War I. Victor Lustig invites the 5 guys to the tower following the meeting in order to make his con seem legitimate. He skips the line and goes right to the 3rd level where the junk merchants look out over Paris thanks to a fake access card. Among the 5 people, André Poisson is the one who was the target. He appeared to have an inferiority complex towards the Parisian business community as a young rural entrepreneur. Offers were hurled at Victor. André Poisson was the winner, having fallen for a $350 million swindle. A few days later, to seal the contract, the 2 men met up at the hotel once again, face to face. The deal was then finalized, and it was already too late when André Poisson realized the con. Victor Lustig had departed for Austria with his companion. Surprisingly, Victor's fraud was undetected. Poisson did not report him even after realizing he'd been duped because he didn't want to look foolish in front of his co-workers. Just 1 month later, Victor Lustig ran the con again. However, this time the FBI was after him because he had not only sold the Eiffel Tower for the first time, but also for a mass-producing fake currency that had a negative impact on the American economy in 1920. Like other criminals, he was destroyed by greed. Up to September 28, 1935, Lustig was successful in breaking the law. After Victor Lustig was detained, a New York judge gave him a 20-year jail term. He passed away from pneumonia at Alcatraz prison just 2 years later. And thus, the story of a genius conman came to an end. What do you think of this brilliant plan of Victor? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.